For many months now, I've been writing to you every Friday before Shabbat, and I hope these weekly reflections have made the lockdown a little less lonely and Shabbat a little more sweet. As the months drag on and the winter days are still cold, I'm aware that congregants are feeling more disconnected, not from Holy Blossom Temple, God forbid, but from people. We miss the intimacy of seeing faces and hearing voices that we know and trust. So as an experiment, from time to time now, we, your rabbis and cantors, are going to prepare short videos in place of our written reflections. This comes in an effort to keep it real, to keep it human, and to replace some of the formality with some nearness. A lot has been written about changing relationships during the pandemic, for better and for worse. I know many appreciate having more time with the members of their household than they did when life was so busy. Those relationships have been enriched. And many long for being with parents, grandparents, grandchildren that they used to see regularly, if not every Shabbat. Those relationships now have gone from 3-dimensional to 2-dimensional on the screen. And some of our relationships have fallen by the wayside altogether. People realize that some were relationships of convenience rather than lasting value. Maybe we'll pick them up again down the road, maybe not. But what about our relationship with God? How has that changed during life in lockdown? It seems to me that God is getting more attention these days. Have you noticed? I hear more people asking about God more often throughout this pandemic. I witness more people participating in prayer services more often. I delight in seeing more people engage in Torah study and other opportunities for sacred learning more than ever before. And I wonder why this is. Is it because there are no atheists in foxholes? In the dark and quiet rooms of our solitude now, we turn to God for comfort? Maybe. Is it that without all the running around that we used to do like crazy people, we aren't so distracted now and we have time to make room in our lives for cultivating a relationship with the divine? Maybe. Is it that we've decluttered our lives and now we can focus on what really matters? We have a chance to reflect on what brings a sense of meaning and purpose to our lives. We have a hunch now that God's company is worthy and valuable. Maybe. Or is it that in the midst of real suffering and real loss, against the backdrop of disease and the fear of our own mortality, we wonder, where is God in all of this mess? Does God hear the cries of humanity? And if God is all-powerful, then why, oh why, doesn't God intervene? These big questions are coming to the surface now. Out of grief or existential pain, maybe. I don't know why. But I do know that we are not the first to ask these good questions. And I do know that we come from a long line of commentators and contemplators, poets and philosophers, believers and interpreters, who offer up exquisite responses to these questions. So if you would like to hear some of their voices and study some of their writings with me, I invite you to join me for an upcoming 6-part class entitled OMG, Do You Believe? Oh my goodness, oh my God, do you believe? It's a text-based mini course in Jewish theology. It's built on the extraordinary curriculum of the Melton School, affiliated with Hebrew University in Jerusalem. And I'm really looking forward to team teaching for the first time with Rabbi Wernick of Beth Tzedek. So all are welcome. You can bring a friend from near and far because it's all accessible online. It's a daytime class beginning next Thursday, February 11th, from 11 o'clock to 12:30. Registration is required, including a fee for books that we can have delivered right to your door. Details are on our website, of course, and I hope you'll join us as together we'll explore the beliefs of our spiritual ancestors from biblical to contemporary times. And by lifting up these gifts, these treasures that they've given us, we may be more ready, willing, and able to articulate our own personal beliefs. So I'd like to conclude now with an excerpt from Psalm 16, so you can hear one of the voices of our past. Protect me, O God, for I seek refuge in you. I have said to the Eternal One, you are my God. The good that is mine is nothing without you. The eternal is my allotted portion. You are my cup, my destiny. How good is my lot in life. How glorious is my heritage. I will praise the eternal who has given me counsel, though my conscience admonishes me at night. I have set the eternal one before me always. With God at my right hand, I shall not be shaken. Therefore my heart exults, and my glory rejoices, and my body rests secure. For you will not abandon me to Sheol, nor let your faithful see destruction. You show me the path of life. Let there be joy in your presence, O God, enduring satisfaction in your protective hand. Shabbat Shalom.